After taking the transport across world to the nearest temple of the dealer, they landed the ship next to a very large factory. The factory itself looked much like all of the other ones, which were inhabited by countless other criminals and business owners for the establishments around the world. Except this one had a notable difference. There was no gleaming advertisement for business or any specific industry, regardless of what it was. Rather, the exterior of the factory had been painted black, and what lit the factory were not signs, but merely strips of bright white illumination that ran across it, vertical lines that encircled the entire establishment, making it look like a black factory with white stripes of brilliant white light. As they landed the shuttlecraft in a nearby location, what seemed to be a clearing, specifically designated for ships landing, of which there were several other shuttlecrafts also landed there. They found, as they were approaching, there were several robed individuals, all wearing black robes with white stripes. As they landed the shuttle pod and began to exit, these robed individuals approached. With all of their Evo masks on, they began to exit the back of the shuttlecraft. Hello. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Stripes Church. Might we ask your reason for coming? One of the two figures in cloaks said as they approached. We're here to negotiate. There's something that we want, and we have reason to believe that the Brotherhood of Stripes could help us. Very well. As you are here to do business, you are welcome. Follow us, and we will take you somewhere where you may wait. There are others ahead of you, negotiating bargains of their own. Yes, of course, Mika said, as the robed figures began to walk towards the factory, and Mika and her crew followed suit. As Mika and her crew members were led into the factory, once again passing through a decontamination chamber, large enough to fit both her crew members, herself, and the two individuals that were leading them. They entered into what appeared to be the remaking of the factory. The entire layout had been changed, now appearing much closer to what one might expect from a church. Rather than using any sort of electronic lighting, there were actually fires burning, seeming to be lit with oils and things of that nature. Statues of a tall, slender figure wearing a suit lined the immediate walk area, which was massive, stretching out 100 or so feet. Each of the statues of this tall, slender figure holding himself up with a cane, wearing some type of suit. Something meant to look professional, I suppose, Mika thought to herself. All of them having a top hat. Inside of the statues, fires burned. Thin strips were missing from the statues in specific places, so that the heat of the fire could be seen through them, giving the stripes that seemed to adorn the suits a red glow. The eyes as well were vacant, missing from the form of the statue, while all you could see behind it was fire. They were quite elaborate in their construction, and there were dozens of them lining this massive entry area. They could see countless individuals in black robes with white stripes, some of them bowing before these statues, appearing as if they were praying, muttering to themselves. What they were saying was unclear, and the reverberation, the bouncing of the words off of The halls of this place made it hard to understand any individual. "You may wait here," one of the robed individuals who was guiding them said, as they came to a stop. "The last of our visitors, aside from yourselves, is currently speaking with the head of our order on this world, negotiating their bargain. Once they have concluded this deal, you may enter," they said, before making their way away from the rest of Mika's group and joining some of their other cloaked friends. "Man, this place gives me the creeps," Mia said, looking around hesitantly at everything. "I mean, I'm normally freaked out by churches, but this puts a whole new spin on it. Who the hell is that figure they're bowing to?" Mia asked, looking over to Mika. "Well, that's their god, the dealer god that I told you about. He just looks like some asshole in a suit. I thought he would look more, godlike. It's probably not something that you want to say around here, Mika said, whispering. "You never know, they might just take offense. We kind of like to stay on their good side, remember? They are dangerous." "Oh, hello," they heard as another robed individual began to approach them, this one with a smile on his face, as he removed the hood. "Welcome to the Church of the Dealer. I see that some of my brothers have guided you in. I assume you're waiting on a deal with the order, correct?" he said, extending his hand. "I'm Brother Appledine. It's nice to meet you. I figured I'd offer some pleasant conversation while you wait." Mika stepped forward, extending her hand and shaking his. "Yeah, I'm Mika. These are my crew members. We're arms dealers, looking to make an arrangement in finding someone who cut a sour deal with us. We need his location, and we think the Brotherhood might know, or at least be able to help." "Well, you've most likely come to the right place," Appledine responded. "Regardless of what you're looking for, I assure you the Brotherhood can offer it. As long as you're willing to pay the price, that is. But while that may be your primary objective, I'm sure there are other things that you want, yes?" Our primary objective is the only reason we're here. We don't have any need for any other arrangements." "Oh, come now. I'm sure there are more minor things that you might wish for. Perhaps a way to relax, some individual goals of your crew perhaps. Things that might be less immediately necessary. While dealing with the order itself can grant you much more substantial things, that does not mean that we individual members have nothing to offer you, so long as you are willing to bargain." "Yeah, is there a way out of this conversation?" Mia responded, rolling her eyes and looking to the side. "Mia," Mika grunted, turning her head towards Mia. "Try to be polite." The individual laughed. "Oh no, there's nothing to worry about. I'm sure all of this is a bit much for her. Not everybody is for the church atmosphere. I myself find it a bit unsettling." That's a little strange considering you're in the church. You're a member," Mika replied. "Yes, but remember, not all of us were born members of this organization. I agree with their tenets and beliefs. That doesn't mean I necessarily agree with their sense of style, or even their belief in this dealer god. In fact, believing in it isn't really a requirement for being part of the organization, only that you abide by the organization's standards and rules. And just as a little hint between us, lying about why you're here isn't going to help you." "Excuse me?" Mika replied, turning back towards the Brotherhood member standing in front of her. "What makes you think we're lying?" "Once again, we have our methods, but I can assure you that lying won't help. We have the ability to see through deception. It's a talent that any member above a certain rank has already achieved. It helps with negotiation when you can tell when those you're dealing with are lying.